Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to Cordell and Friends. I am the founder of Cordell and Friends and Cordell's mom. So I'm Whitney Woodgaines, and I am super excited today about our special guest. Her name is Megan Thomas. She happens to be my sorority sister, Sigma Gamma Rho. We went to college together, ISU, and I've known her since, I would say, 2005, six-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, and she has been stuck with me since 2007. So she's not able to escape me at this point. And she's also the godmother of Cordell. So we're going to talk a little bit more about something really exciting that we're doing for Cordell. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of an amazing story. So everybody knows Cordell. He was born in 2012. And the birth story, I can't ever tell his birth story without talking about Megan. So I went into labor all of a sudden, and Megan was the first person that I called. We were in the hospital and they were like, surprise, you're literally about to have a baby. And I'm like, wait, huh? So and Courtney was 6.5 months at the time. So they're like, we're just gonna, call somebody, take Courtney, and you're going into labor. And I'm like, I don't have anybody to call. And my husband's like, who do you call? And I'm like, call Megan. And Megan was actually at work, right? You're at work?
Yes, I was.
And I just remember her saying like, you're what? I was like, so I'm pregnant? And she was like, you're what? I said, and I'm in labor. She was like, wait, what? And I'm like, and I need you to come and get Courtney. And she said, okay, I'm on my way. So yeah, she was literally like my lifesaver in the moment. And I'm sure she had a million questions, but we'll talk about that later. But in the meantime, she dropped everything. And she literally was there for me on a drop of a dime. So that is how we got to where we were. So we want to start off by talking a little bit about Mind Over Matter. March is Women's History Month. Megan is an entrepreneur, a woman, a Black woman who owns her own company. So I want you to talk a little bit about Mind Over Matter.
Okay, so Mind Over Matter Publications, I created it. Well, I did the LLC back in 2018, but I didn't really start doing business with the LLC until 2020. And so I'm a writer. I've been a writer since high school. I've always written stories, but I never published. So at that point, I was just writing. So I just created Mind Over Matter just as one of the steps to get to self-publishing. I created it because I wanted to self-publish, and then a later vision of mine is to publish other people's stories or feature their stories in some form or matter. So it just popped into my head, the name Mind Over Matter. So that's literally how most of my ideas pop up, actually. So yeah, it's my motto is showcasing everyday stories from everyday people, and I'm here in Indianapolis doing the work.
Yes, Megan is probably the only person I knew in college who her vision was to be a librarian.
Yeah, I remember that dream.
She always loved to write and she loved books, and that was her thing. So this is definitely a really good segue to that. So with it being Women's History Month, so there's a lot of women out there that are either watching or just at home chilling, feeding the kids, right? Or they're like myself, we're kind of just trying to dibble and dabble into entrepreneurship, right? So what advice would you give to people like myself who are just we have a passion, right? And we're just trying to figure out how do we turn our passion into our own business or company.
So when people, and it's a lot of people, when I talk to friends, family, strangers, they're always like, man, I wish I can write a book. And I'm like, why can't you just go ahead and do it? And they're like, no, but I just don't have, I don't know what to do. And I said, I didn't know what to do. When I started, it was a step-by-step process. I said, I want to write a book. So I got to put the words on the page, and then I got to get it to publishing. So that's literally the beginning and end of anybody trying to write a book or idea. So I say with people that want to do something, don't wait on the perfect time to do things, because the perfect moment will never come. Like everything, life will definitely get in the way. It will sidetrack you. But you always gotta go back to what your passion is versus what you need to do. Yes, we all need to pay bills and stuff like that, but don't give up of yourself or your dream to make that happen. So, like for me, I have been writing since high school, and I ended up publishing a book in 2020. Like it took
a
18
pandemic.
yeah, 18 years to do that. I just really told how old I was, because that was 2 years ago, and my 20-year anniversary school class reunion is supposed to happen this year. But shout out to Midtown High School, used to be Grady High School in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, just don't give up on what you want to do. Like life can get you down, stuff can get in your way, but make sure that you always, again, go back to what you want to do.
See, now I feel like I want to write a book too. See, look what you just did.
Well, write it.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the reasons that we're here on Cordell and Friends. We are doing a fundraiser. We're collaborating with Mind Over Matter. And it's a portion of the proceeds will actually go directly to Cordell and Friends, so to help with our programming and just upcoming activities that we're doing. So we're so excited about it. So we are going to let Megan, see how I just changed that up real quick. We're going to let Megan.
Yep, definitely did. You threw that back, but okay.
We got each other. So we're going to let Megan tell us a little bit about the specifics about the fundraiser, and like when it is, like how can you order, all of that good stuff.
Okay, so the fundraiser, we are selling Buddy boxes, but Buddy gift set boxes. And it starts March the 21st and it ends March the 31st. So that's a Monday to a Friday. What we'll be doing is each box is $30.
Can I show? Can I show?
Go ahead and show the box because it's cute. Look, you were ready. You was like,
drum roll, please.
Anyway, so this is a Buddy box. You get a 7-ounce pineapple sage candle.
Vanna White on.
Yes, go ahead and.
The candle smells amazing.
Yes, it's a coconut soy candle, 7 ounces, and then you also get in the box. There is about a 3-ounce linen and room spray. I say about a 3-ounce because it's like 2.75 ounces, and that's also pineapple sage. So yeah, use it in your room, spray it, put it on your linen, and just go about your day. And then there is also a Cordell and Friends keychain. That will also be included, and we'll also include a card just highlighting what Cordell and Friends is, the programs they offer, and just their mission statement. So yeah, please support.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know, so most of you guys should know, so Buddy is Cordell. So right. I loved when she came with the idea called a Buddy gift set, because Buddy is Cordell. That is his name. For those who really know him, you'll know that Buddy is Cordell. So we are so excited about the opportunity. I'm so excited to collaborate with Mind Over Matter. I'm so excited to just work together, right? It's Women's Month, right. and Megan is such an important part of our story with Cordell. She's definitely part of our village. And we talk a lot with Cordell and Friends about just, it literally takes a village. And she is literally part of that village before people even knew that we were about to have a village. And sometimes literally that's what it takes in the moment. Like it literally takes somebody to just stop what they're doing and just to be there for you. And they don't even know what's going on and they don't know all the particulars. And they don't ask a lot of questions. They just know that you need something and they are there. So we could not be more excited to support her organization and to help benefit Cordell and Friends. So one of the things I also wanted you to touch base on is in kind of following your Mind Over Matter, I've noticed that like one of the things that you have done amazingly is you have definitely partnered with other non-for-profits and doing different fundraisers and things like that. So I want you to talk a little bit about that and like what has been kind of your inspiration behind that.
Okay, so I started Mind Over Matter in 2020. I decided to do aromatherapy products probably like fall of that year. December, as I was still getting my bearings about how to run the business and do things like that, I started a fundraiser. And so I worked with I worked with Sigma Gamma Rho and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And what we did was for Christmas, it was a Christmas fundraiser. We did gift boxes, and they were gift sets. And so that kind of sparked okay, well, there's something here. And so that was my first experience with doing gift boxes. They both had very good causes where some of the profits were going to. So it was really dope, really a good opportunity, especially my first year out. Just, trying to figure out entrepreneurship and where I wanted to go as far as my business was concerned. Fast forward to this year, or actually, no, like November, like early winter 2021, I decided to be more intentional with my time. So what I was trying to do is, with all the love and support that I had received, it was about to be 2 years at the end of 2021. I just said, people are showing me love. People are supporting my business, supporting my vision, keeping me motivated, keeping me going. I was like, so I'm going to turn around and do the same thing. I did the fundraiser in 2020, in December 2020, and I wanted to keep that going. And I really, at the end of last year in 2021, I wanted to be more intentional with my time. So I started to start helping the businesses that gave a chance on me. I've been working with a cookie company called Salama Cookies. I'm his candle person. So I make all his candles and he sells them on his website. It's called Private Label. So I'm literally just his candle manufacturer. The Ujama bookstore. That is a Black-owned bookstore here in Indianapolis. And they took a chance on me the last summer. They ended up like buying a whole bunch of my merchandise just to feature me in the store. And they didn't even know me. So I started with them and started to be more intentional with my time with them. And so I'm in the middle of a fundraiser right now. It's called Micah's Voice. So I don't know if a lot of people know, I know you know Boys to Men. So Sean from Boys to Men.
Into the road.
Right. Right. Look, that Boys to Men boy band all the way, like top 3, definitely in my top 3.
Oh yeah.
But John Stockman and his wife created Micah's Voice, and it's similar to your charity where they are helping and providing services to families, but their charity is geared towards autism. Because they have a set of twins and one of their sons has autism. So they saw the cost and how much it just costs to take care of and just be like in your family, your whole family dynamic changes. When you have something like autism, you have to be very attentive. You have to be on point as far as finances and making sure your family's good. So they saw the financial burden that it could have placed on them. So they decided, okay, well, we're blessed enough to have finances to take care of it, but some people don't. So they created Micah's Voice just as a resource for that. So I got together with the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta, and they have a national project. Shout out to Upsilon Omega Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated in in Fishers, Indiana. And so I got with them and they said, well, we have this national project and we work with Micah's Voice to raise funds. So I said, well, what about a candle set? And so right now it started March the 14th and it also ends March the 31st. And so I'm raising funds currently for that. So again, I'm trying to be more intentional with my time. And once I created that fundraiser with Micah's Voice in Zeta Phi Beta, I said, who else can I help? And then I thought about Cordell. I'm like, duh, it's in my own, it's my whole family. Like, let me do something for them. Because, you can support financially, with businesses and organizations. You post stuff for them, you share things, you donate money. I was like, let me just go a step further and like center what Cordell and Friends is doing and do a charity or do a fundraiser for that. So that's where all of that came from. I'm sorry, I'm a writer, so I talk a lot, but
oh, I love it. Yeah.
That's the journey. I took you on a journey, and that was the journey.
And I went through the journey with you, so I got it. And one thing I wanted to know, I don't think I mentioned that. So the candles and all of these things, like, so you actually make these?
Yes, so, they are hand poured coconut soy wax. I
double wick. You know, I know y'all care about the wicks, not just one, it's 2 wicks, y'all. Like,
so yeah, I create all of that stuff in my home. I started it off again in 2022 as a form of self-care. I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I started handing them out to stores and other people I know. And they said, you should sell these. These are really good. And I was like, really? And I was like, okay, let's make some money off of it. Let's monetize the opportunity. So here I am 2 years later, and I'm going in, this is the 3rd year that I'm going into it. But yeah, here we go. This is what I'm doing. I love it.
And one of the things as a mom of a child that has disabilities or has a few kids that have disabilities, we're always very concerned about like, what are we putting around the kids? Like, so a lot of things like lotions and scents, like we don't really know kind of what's in it. We don't know how it's going to affect their skin, how the smells, like we just don't really know. So I love that you make your products, and she's very intentional about the products that she uses. And the smell is so great because like, it's literally what she says she uses is exactly what she uses. Like, and I love that part. Like the smell is amazing. Cordell liked it, by the way, and Cordell doesn't like much. So he smelled it. He did a little run back and smelled it again. So I'm like, okay, we got a winner here. Yeah, and I love it. And I love that she she literally makes her brand, and she has a really high level of expectation. So she, why pay somebody else to do it if you want to create your own? And I love that she does that. So I want to make sure that we highlight that part. And also, so March was on purpose for us doing this fundraiser, as well as her fundraiser with Micah's Voice, because March is Disability Awareness Month, and specifically it's Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. So I thought that this would be such a great opportunity to collaborate and to introduce cerebral palsy to a larger audience, because a lot of people just don't know about it. Most people can't pronounce it, and they just don't know a lot about it. And what they do know is very, very minimal, because a lot of people have maybe seen people with cerebral palsy, but they just don't know more about it. So we were really excited to be able to launch this before March is over. We're excited to be able to support Micah's Voice as well. I have a child with autism. So, y'all can get 2 gift sets and just be set for a while. So we're just super excited to do this for March, and it's Women's Month. So it's like, this literally could not be a better time. And people are always asking like, what can we do to support and what can we do to help? So now you guys have an option.
Yeah, please support like all the ingredients that I use. Again, like you said, I'm very intentional about what you put, like what you have around you, the products that I use at home. I try to use like that are good for your skin, just healthy all around. And so, and doing my research, doing candles, you'll be amazed with the stuff that all you can put in there. But I pride myself, Mind Over Matter prides itself on using the safest oils, using the safest, like down to the wick. I use a cotton wick. It's called an eco wick. And that minimizes the soot in the air. The coconut soy wax is a vegetable wax. So that's always good. It holds the smell really good, and it permeates through the air. What else?
I'm learning something new, y'all.
Right. So my linen and room spray. I also I make my own rose water. I use a vegan preservative. Just so the things that you put in the air, the things that you smell, some of it can actually start to over time, mess with, your lymphatic system or mess with your respiratory. So you really got to know what product to use just in general, everyday life. So, yeah.
I love that. See, I didn't even know that. I love that. Yeah, so for all of you vegan friendly people, like Mind Over Matter, like hit her up. So the last thing before we close out, So what's next for Mind Over Matter? Like obviously for Cordell and Friends, we're doing this fundraiser from the 21st to the 31st. And then, we have a couple of things that we're working on for the summer, but for Mind Over Matter, like what is next? How can people reach you? How can they make purchases? Because there's more than candles, right? So she does make candles and sprays, but she missed the part. She is an author and she also has written a book, which I have multiple copies of and I love. So how can people find more about Mind Over Matter?
Mind Over Matter. Well, first you can visit www.mompublications.com. You can also go to all social media, or at least Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mind Over Matter Publications. You can email me at mindovermatterpub, PUB, at gmail.com. I got a lot of stuff going on. So I published My Dad, like you mentioned, back in the early summer of 2022. That's still going strong. I'm currently in stages to get the second book out. It's gonna be called My Grandma. You heard it here first, because I haven't told anybody yet. So
we got the tea.
The next book is called My Grandma. It's the second book in the My Family series. So I'm pretty excited about that. I started to do candle workshops at the Ujamaa Community Bookstore. It's connected to Flanner House off MLK. I actually have an upcoming event. What date is that? I believe it is the 26th. So March 26th from 2 to 4. Just visit my Facebook page. I have a link. It'll give you the link for the class where you can register. All the candle workshops at Ujamaa that I host are free. And so, learn about candles, come and create your own scent. And people have loved it. I've been doing it probably for about a month now. So that's coming up the 26th. I know in April, I have about 3 or 4 classes next month that you can sign up for. They're in person. What else do I have going on? I have a whole bunch of events that I'm prepping for. Again, I do books. I also create journals for companies. I have a couple of journals on my website that you can look at. So if you're looking for notebooks or journals, I'm your girl for that. Just email me or, DM me on any one of my social media platforms. I really don't have any events. The earliest event that I have coming up is in May. And that's May 21st. The ladies of the Alpha Sigma chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated here in Indianapolis will be hosting a centennial, like we're getting ready for centennial. We're about to be 100. Shout out to all the Sigma Gamma Rhos all around the country and in the world. But we will be starting to kick in our centennial schedule with a Black business block party. So if you are a vendor, if you would like to showcase your products at the event, it will be May the 21st. The time hasn't been finalized, but I do know it will take place in the afternoon because I'm on that committee. And just sign up. You can go to the Alpha Sigma chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated on any forms of media. And you can also go to alphasigma1922.org to sign up for the many events that we got going on. That's just the first of many big celebrations and events that we have going on specifically for that. But just find me on social media and see what I got going on, because I'm always doing something.
I'm so excited. So all of you moms out there, like the candle workshops, I don't know if you caught that, but it is free. And it's great. Like it's a self-care thing, get you away from the kids. And plus, like what she said, what you put in your candles, like it literally can affect your whole mood. Like if you need something to help you relax, some of us choose wine, some of us choose candles, and some of us choose both. So
some of us choose both, because I choose both. Some of us
just choose both, right? But whatever we can do as parents to help make us be better, right? Because we have to be okay so that we're okay for our kiddos, and we just need our space to be okay. We need to be in a good headspace. We need to be relaxed. We need our aura to be relaxed. So going to a candle workshop could be a really, really cool thing. Sign up, take your friends, take some other moms, and just go have a good time. So I just want to thank
you. The more the merrier, please. The more the merrier. Come on.
Yeah. So we just want to thank Megan Thomas for coming and hanging out with us on Cordell and Friends. And we will support. And remember, March 21st through March 31st, support by buying a Buddy gift set. And Cordell said to tell you thank you ahead of time. All right. So thanks, Megan.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited about what's going on.
Yes, thank you so much. We're very excited. So thank you guys for joining, and we will be in touch soon.
Bye.
Bye.